More examples of similar such discrepancies are cited in a lecture given by creationist Andrew Snelling. During his lecture, he shows this slide which features 5 examples of the known ages of rocks not matching up with the dated ages of rocks. Notice that 4 of the examples show a radiometric age of less than 500,000 years, with the 5th example showing an age of about 1.5 million years. These dates are perfectly in line with the dates we saw in the Mount St. Helens study. So perhaps the explanation is yet again residual equipment contamination, or foreign rock intrusion. Rather than the dating techniques being flawed, perhaps it's this research that's flawed. Snelling says the following in his lecture.
So you see, it begs the question, if a recent lava flow, a recent eruption, a recent lava flow, where we know the true age of the rock from observation or historical evidence gets the answer wrong using the potassium-argon method, how can we trust it on ancient rocks where we don't have the historical documentation? The answer is we can't.
Or maybe we can if we simply use the correct equipment and remove foreign particles from the sample to minimize contamination. And recall that, as Hankey pointed out, this problem of equipment contamination is unique to younger rocks. If we're dealing with rocks that are hundreds of millions of years old, the trace amounts of leftover argon adding 1 million years or so to the sample is going to have only the tiniest effect on the dated age of the rock. Let's say the rock is 300 million years old, and the trace argon makes it appear 301 million years old. Relatively speaking, on a geological timescale, this difference is so minor as to be virtually inconsequential. By the way, I love the potted plants that Snelling has on stage in front of him. Hey, you ready to start the lecture? Yeah, hang on, let me just get my 5 potted plants to bring out in front of me. I don't know why, but I kinda like it. It really livens the place up. And why just stop at plants while we're at it? Why not have a tortoise, or a cockatoo, just sort of hanging out on stage with you when you give your lecture? This is the future of public speaking, ladies and gentlemen. Further evidence of radiometric dating's unreliability is presented by potted plant aficionado Andrew Snelling in an article entitled Radioisotope Dating of Grand Canyon Rocks, Another Devastating Failure for Long-Age Geology. There, he writes the following, quote, 27 Brahma amphibolite samples were collected from various inner gorge outcrops. The model potassium-argon ages for each of the samples ranged from 405 million years to 2,574 million years. Furthermore, the 7 samples from the small amphibolite unit near Clear Creek, which should all be the same age because they belong to the same metamorphosed basalt lava flow, yielded potassium-argon model ages ranging from 1,060 million years to 2,574 million years. End quote. So basically, samples from one section of rock yielded wildly divergent results. Greg Naiman of Old Earth Ministries, a Christian organization I might add, points out the very simple problem underlying this study. Quote, the dates for the Brahma come from the overlying and underlying formations because the dates for the Brahma formation are unreliable. After all, metamorphic rocks are not easy to date. So what do the creationist researchers do? They take 27 samples from a formation that they know in advance will give them bad dates. End quote. So what the creationist is doing here is misapplying these dating techniques and then saying, see, I told you we couldn't trust these dating techniques. This would be like taking a bag of marijuana, rubbing some of it on your skin, and being like, see dude, I told you this stuff doesn't get you high. No, the only reason it's not getting you high is because you're not using it correctly. Try tearing out a page from your Bible and rolling a joint with that shit, and then come and talk to me. Another devastating failure for long-age geology. More like another example of a creationist who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Or worse, does know what they're doing and is being intentionally dishonest. I'm on Patreon. There's a link in the description if you'd like to support my content. I would really appreciate it. There's also social media links in there if you want to follow me there. I'm trying to build up some of those followings. I would really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more videos if you haven't already. Hit the bell. Hit the like button, post a fucking comments, all that fun stuff that's standard on YouTube. You know the fucking drill. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.